Hello, everybody, and welcome to the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster. This is the Crypto Hipster, Jamil Hasan, where I bring you crypto policy and regulatory news, insights, analysis, and commentary, my commentary, all around the world in crypto and blockchain. And welcome to episode 77, season 4, episode 17. Only 3 more episodes after today to wrap up season 4. Let's get to it. This is for the week ending today, which is February 9, 2024. And for all the lovers out there, next Wednesday is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy your special day and do something special for your loved one on that day. And I'm going to do something special for everybody today, and that's to bring you another amazing episode of the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster. And we're going to start out with some global news. We usually start out with the US or something like that. Today, we have lots of global implications, and we have a lot of stuff in Asia to go over. I'll give you a nice walk around the world in crypto and blockchain, and a lot of amazing things happening. So let's look at a report put out by Chain Analysis first. It's a ransomware return report. Chainalysis has flagged over a record $1 billion of payments in 2023. Criminals made off with a record $1 billion in cryptocurrency ransomware payments in 2023 as high-profile institutions and infrastructure were targeted by sophisticated attacks. According to the latest excerpt from Chainalysis 2024 Crypto Crime Report, focusing on ransomware, significant supply chain attacks occurred using ubiquitous file transfer software MoveIt, which affected household names like the BBC and British Airways. A contributing factor to the resurgence of ransomware in 2023 was an escalation in the frequency, scope, and volume of attacks. Various actors carried out attacks, from individuals and small criminal groups to large syndicates. Chainalysis cites data and insights from cybersecurity firm Reported Future, which reported 538 new ransomware variants in 2023. The report also provides visualizations of different ransomware strains, like a virus, right, by payment size and frequency, illustrating the variety of criminal strategies. The report notes that ransomware groups such as CL0P exhibited a big game hunting strategy that carried out fewer attacks when compared to other ransomware strains, but collected larger payments with each attack. Meanwhile, ransomware groups like Phobos essentially operate a ransomware as a service model, which allowed criminal affiliates to access the malware to carry out attacks. The core operators then earned a cut of ransomware projects, and they're getting more and more sophisticated. It's harder to have an eye on these, and a lot of people get scammed, a lot of companies, and there's some things that are very, very, very nuanced. I've had some come after me. I've been able to fend them off, but you got to know what to look for and what to look at. But let me know your thoughts. Is this a problem? Is this a continued problem? And how do we solve it? Big thing. How do we solve it? So let's talk about Ripple's president, President Monica Long. She made a statement. She said DeFi compliance is to be a top industry trend in 2024. Okay, so she says, what does she say? Global payment network Ripple expects compliance in DeFi to be the industry's biggest breakthrough of 2024. In the interview, Miss Monica Long said previous hype cycles fueled by initial coin offerings and non-fungible tokens will be replaced by real-world utility at scale, which requires compliance, usability, and integration with existing systems. In 2024, crypto will break the speculative hype cycles that have defined the booms and busts for the industry since Bitcoin's invention. The biggest breakthrough in 2024 will be pioneering compliance for DeFi. DeFi represents a shift from traditional centralized financial systems to peer-to-peer finance enabled by blockchain. Of course it does. The sector's market cap stands at $79.5 billion at the time of that statement. According to CoinGecko, it is not by chance that DeFi has drawn attention from regulators worldwide due to potential compliance implications with existing financial laws. The U.S. is taking steps to expand oversight of cryptocurrencies and DeFi. New rules adopted by the SEC, redefining terms dealer and government securities dealer, demand more market participants to register with the regulator. So that I've been against SEC the whole entire time of the show. I've been against SEC since I came into crypto. That statement, though, makes sense. We want usability. We want people to adopt DeFi. We want it to be a place where there's not rugs and hacks and pools and all this stuff. We want it to be regulated in an extent that people can use it and shift from Web 2 to Web 3, from TradFi to DeFi. And how do you do that? You come up with terms or whatever, imaginary magic, and you have, steps to expand the safety and security of using DeFi, because DeFi, it's money, crypto is money. I don't know if the dollar is anymore, but crypto is money. So you want to make sure that people can use money safely. And so that's my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on the matter. And then we're going to take a BIS. I always say that sometimes because, we're talking about the Bank of International Settlements. They say regulate the metaverse to prevent corporate takeover and fragmentation. Actually, let's see what this says because it makes sense. Interoperable payment technology, supported by regulation, will be needed to prevent the metaverse from becoming fragmented and dominated by powerful private interests, according to a study from the Bank of International Settlements. Interest in immersive computer-generated environments, otherwise known as the metaverse, peaked in early 2022, and it did. A lot of my podcasts at that time were in the metaverse. I haven't had those conversations about the metaverse since. I missed them. I would love to have more. That happened in early 2022 when Facebook changed its name to Meta. It is not a foregone conclusion that the metaverse will achieve widespread adoption, said the BIS authors. Some of its use cases were distinctly gimmicky, but even then, the connection to the real world was strong. They say the volume of metaverse land sales has so far correlated with real estate prices in the real world. Yet, it also correlates strongly with the price of Bitcoin, suggesting speculation is a key motive. Some uses continue to develop, and big investors remain interested in the sector. Gaming, e-commerce, education, and healthcare are growth fields in the metaverse. Even conservative estimates put the value of the metaverse market in the trillions of dollars by the end of this decade. The study divides the metaverse into centralized and decentralized platforms. In the centralized case, the platform is owned by corporations that make all decisions on how payments work in the platform. Boo, we don't like that. The platform's payment system is centralized and controlled by the operator regardless of the payment method. We don't like that either. This type of platform has a native token that can be manipulated to maintain stability or limit its users' transactions. Yeah, we're not interested in that. Decentralized platforms, such as Decentraland and the Sandbox, depend on cryptocurrency exchanges to connect them with a larger economy. There are other payment methods that could rise to prominence, such as tokenized deposits and central bank digital currencies. CBDCs in particular would serve to well facilitate cross-border applications. Let me know your thoughts on the metaverse and the future of the metaverse. And should I have more metaverse? I would love to. Guests on the Crypto Hipster podcast, like I did back in 2022 when I learned a lot about the metaverse space. Let me know your thoughts. Those are the global news articles, not newses or not newsies, that could be considered with the arcade game Paperboy, which is a fun game, by the way, back in the day. News. Let's go to the US. Okay. So, and what's there? US crypto miners are challenging the EIA's energy uses survey. So, apparently, EIA had a survey. Key figures representing the US-based cryptocurrency mining in sub-industry have raised red flags over an emergency survey to garner information on energy consumption and sources by operators. Key mining firms in the U.S., following the U.S. Energy Information Administration's announcement that it would carry out a provisional mandatory survey to measure the electricity usage of local mining firms. The Department of Energy Statistics Agency received approval for its emergency request to collect data on January 24th. The administration previously said it aims to develop a baseline snapshot identifying electricity sources for U.S. cryptocurrency miners and singling out regions with concentrated mining activity. Texas, for example. Several mining farms and organizations represent the broader blockchain industry have raised red flags over the legality of the approach and questioned why government-run institutions are targeting the cryptocurrency mining industry. You're right. You should target, I don't know, Amazon Web Services instead, maybe because of their high or Visa or MasterCard because of their high energy usage, which is much more than Bitcoin and much more damaging to the environment than Bitcoin, which uses sustainable energy. Maybe they should look at the entirety. Well, they don't do that, do they? Nah. Politically motivated. An overarching concern raised by respondents was a lack of clarity about the reason for the emergency survey and suspicions of political motivations. Well, I just said politically motivated. Texas Blockchain Council President Lee Bratcher hit out at the unprecedented information collection request and said the situation could be cause for concern for industries relying on data centers as part of their operations. And these data centers, Alibaba, Amazon, these big data centers consume far more energy than Bitcoin. But hey, let me know your thoughts. Then we're going to talk about AI because, in the first glance, AI and blockchain are two different things. At first glance, you dig deeper into the AI with all the deep fakes and the crime and all that. The only technology that can prove provenance is blockchain. Everything's recorded on the blockchain, and you can see if it's real or if it's a deep fake or whatever. It validates the provenance of ownership. So, U.S. AI Safety Consortium revealed with the biggest names in tech. So, the U.S. Department of Commerce announced on February 8th, which is yesterday, the creation of its AI Safety Institute Consortium, followed with a hefty list of participants from every corner of the tech industry. Gina Raimondo, U.S. Secretary of Commerce, said the consortium aims to unite AI creators and users, academics, government and industry researchers, and civil society organizations to foster an environment that creates safe and trustworthy artificial intelligence. The U.S. government has a significant role to play in setting the standards and developing the tools. We need to mitigate the risks and harness the immense potential of artificial intelligence. President Biden directed us to pull every lever to accomplish two goals: set safety standards and protect our innovation ecosystem. That's according to her, right? AISIC, which is the acronym for this organization, will be responsible for developing guidelines for red teaming, evaluating AI, risk management, safety and security, and watermarking synthetic content. Right, watermark. The consortium is made up of 200 members, including Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple, OpenAI, Anthropic, Adobe, NVIDIA, GitHub, the Frontier Model Forum, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, IBM, and many more. Sounds like a big deal to me, right? It is. But blockchain proves provenance above all else. So move to the blockchain, you'll see the AI. You'll be able to dig into it. So just let me know your thoughts. Maxine Waters, lawmakers very close to a stablecoin deal, according to Maxine Waters. You don't really hear about too much in crypto. You hear more about Lizzie Warren. You hear more about some other people. But let's see what Maxine has to say. U.S. lawmakers are reportedly closing in on passing a long-awaited stablecoin bill after months of trying to reach a deal with House Financial Services Committee Chair Patrick McHenry. We're working on stablecoins. We're getting very close, said Maxine Waters, reportedly told Politico this week. We're very close. Very close. Passing a stablecoin law has been a topic of discussion between Democrats and Republicans in recent months. Bipartisan, right, by the way. Much debate has evolved around how the Federal Reserve would oversee the stablecoin arena and whether it would write rules regarding the issuance of stablecoins. That's what's important, Waters said. Our central bank should have the power of oversight and should have the ability to be at the head of this. I disagree with that, Ms. Waters. Central bank should not be involved in anything because they're slow. They don't understand the innovation. They have old rules and old ways. We need fresh eyes on this. Industry, fresh eyes to contribute, not just the big players, not just big tech, but startups, founders, entrepreneurs, artists, all that. That's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Ex-UK Chancellor going to the UK now, going over flying over the ocean. We'll take that ticket to Southwest Airlines, maybe not Southwest, maybe Spirit or no, Delta. Let's go to Delta. Let's get on the Delta airplane. Let's fly across the ocean to the UK. Ex-UK Chancellor faces scrutiny over lobbying allegations. Philip Hammond, a vocal crypto advocate serving as the United Kingdom's Chancellor of the Exchequer from 2016 to 2019, might have breached the lobbying rules for former ministers. According to a report this morning in the Financial Times, in March 2021, Hammond played a role in the communication between unnamed Treasury officials and then the Economic Secretary for Treasury, John Glenn, and the CEO of crypto firm Copper, Dmitry Tokarev. The claim is based on Treasury documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act request. According to the report, Glenn told officials in an internal email to use Hammond as an intermediary for Tokarev. A week after that, the Treasury officials met with Tokarev. Hammond spoke to Glenn on the phone, letting him know that the Copper CEO was incredibly impressed by the meeting. Hammond also communicated Copper's concerns about the speed of regulatory change for crypto companies to the Treasury Secretary. Hammond said that he did consider his interactions with Glenn in spring of 2021 to be lobbying and didn't ask for the economic secretary to facilitate any meeting between the Treasury and Copper, as it would be inappropriate. The spokesperson for the UK Treasury has denied wrongdoing, saying Treasury officials meet with many crypto firms each year to understand the sector better and inform policy development to ensure it's proportionate and safe. Okay. Well, that's something to keep our eye on. Let's keep our eye on it. Let's go to Asia because there's nothing else really of interest in Europe this week. I don't know why. You guys took Valentine's Day early. I don't know. Hong Kong plans to universal AML requirements for over-the-counter crypto traders. The government of Hong Kong will tighten regulation over-the-counter digital assets trade by subjecting it to the same requirements as the retail digital assets trade. Yesterday, the government published public consultation on legislative proposals to regulate over-the-counter trading of virtual assets. That's long. That's long-winded. You don't need to say all that. Anyway, the consultation will last until April 12th. The primary suggestion of the paper is to include OTC trade under the jurisdiction of the Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing Ordinance, AMLO, effective from June 2023. Typically, OTC means deals conducted directly between the provider and the customer without a centralized marketplace like an exchange. Government suggests only including spot trade of any virtual assets for any money under the OTC category, while the virtual asset trade will remain under the domain of a standard virtual asset trade provider license. Peer-to-peer trading will also remain outside of the scope of the OTC. Okay. let's go to that was Hong Kong, and let's go now to Thailand. Okay, Thai SEC. The Thai SEC has filed charges against former ZipMex CEO for corruption and deception. Sounds juicy. Thailand's Securities and Exchange Commission has charged former ZipMex CEO Akalarp Yim Wiley with fraud for allegedly misleading customers with information related to the use of digital assets. The Thai SEC said that during his time as CEO of ZipMex, Akalarp presented false statements regarding assets in user Z wallets being transferred to crypto wallets abroad. According to the SEC, this discrepancy with ZipMex's terms and conditions amounted to corruption and deception by concealing information from consumers. The regulator referred a complaint on Akalarp's alleged actions to the Thailand's Office of Provisional Crime Suppression Division for possible legal action. ZipMex Thailand was implicated for similar allegations of fraud over reports of customer assets inconsistent with the SEC's investigation. All right, well, that's some regulatory news right there. That's some enforcement action news right there. Let me know your thought. It was a long time coming. What do you think? And then we're going to go right now to India. A couple of places left to go here in Asia. One's India. India to look at offline solutions to aid CBDC adoption in rural areas. Reserve Bank of India Governor, I'm going to love this name. I can't pronounce. Let's see. The last name's easy. It's Das. The first name, Shaktikanta Das. Said the central bank will explore offline solutions to boost adoption of a central bank digital currency, the digital rupee, in remote areas of the country with limited internet access. Several offline solutions, including proximity and non-proximity based solutions, will be evaluated in hilly, rural, and urban environments to achieve this aim. During a monetary policy committee review meeting yesterday, the RBI governor said, let me pull up the what he said. There it is. It is proposed to introduce offline functionality in CBDC-R to enable transactions in areas with poor or limited internet connectivity. The functionalities will be slowly introduced through the pilots. On the programmable front, Das said the CBD system currently enables person-to-person and person-to-merchant transactions using digital rupee wallets provided by the pilot banks. How's this pilot going to go? Let me know. And we're going to go to South Korea. We're talking about WeMade claims compliance exemptions amid regulatory investigation. South Korean Web3 game developer WeMade has dismissed allegations of coin over issuance fraud by the Financial Investigation Department of the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office. In an announcement yesterday, the team in charge of WeMade's WeMix token said its digital asset storage system, Play Wallet, and the WeMade affiliated decentralized exchange Phoenix DEX. Yeah, Phoenix. Hooked on Phoenix. It's Phoenix. DEX are exempt from compliance requirements mandating registration with authorities for virtual asset service providers. WeMade is under investigation by South Korean prosecutors on suspicion of unfair profits by potentially circumventing regulations that mandate virtual asset service providers to register with authorities. And then they have this Twitter X thing that is in South Korean characters that I cannot read and I cannot draw, so I can't read that to you. Under South Korean regulations, crypto service platforms must register and report, except those without control over user assets via private keys. WeMade claims exemption from reporting requirements. How's this going to play it out? How's it going to shake out? Let me know your thoughts. And then we're going to go to another South Korea information. South Korean authorities probe OKX over alleged unregistered services. Authorities with South Korea's Financial Intelligence Unit FIU, are reportedly investigating OKX following allegations the firm was operating as an unregistered cryptocurrency exchange. According to information from them, the Digital Asset Exchange Association, DAXA, they reported OKX's activities to the FIU, prompting an investigation into the exchange. In December 2023, DAXA and the FIU solicited requests from South Korean crypto users asking for any information on unlicensed crypto exchanges in the country. OKX, formerly OKEX, allegedly promoted its Jumpstart token sales platform to South Korea-based investors without proper registration, though the firm does not have a Korean language website. The News One, they reported the exchange allegedly used South Korean influencers on Telegram to promote its services, because Telegramto is a word, right? No, I just combined the two. Cointelegraph, where you got reached out to OKX for comment, but they did not answer Cointelegraph. They only answered what's this News One. All right, that doesn't matter. Let me know your thoughts. So Africa, we're going to Africa. We're going to move to Africa first, then we're going to go to Australia to close things out. We have a couple of things to talk about in Africa. Montenegro court revokes Duquan extradition, accepts appeal. A court in Montenegro has again canceled the extradition of Terraform Labs co-founder Duquan, accepting the appeal by Quan's defense attorneys. The appellate court of Montenegro. Is Montenegro in Africa? I don't know, wherever it is, accepted the appeal for Quan's defense in a panel session. The new ruling has annulled the previous decision of High Court in the Podgorica, dated December 29th, 2023, returning the case to the first instance of the court for retrial and decision. According to the statement, the appellate court found the previous extradition decision was affected by significant violations of the provisions of criminal procedure due to the incomprehensible wording of the decision. Yeah. So the decision has no reason for decisive facts, and the reasons given are unclear, which is the reason for its cancellation, the appellate court argued. Okay. No extradition for you, sir, Duquan. All right. So, and then we're going to go to Kenya. So, no Kenya's in Africa, right? People help me. Let me know your thoughts about my geography today. I don't know. Put things in the wrong bucket. Kenya's in Africa. Kenya faces backlash over new AI and robotics bill. Kenyan information technology professionals have urged the country's parliament to reject the 2023 Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Society bill, citing numerous shortcomings. According to local media, during a session held by the National Assembly's Communication, Information, and Innovation Committee to observe International Safer Internet Day in 2024, it was reported that the committee was informed by stakeholders in the artificial intelligence and robotics fields were not involved in any phase of the bill drafting process. The bill describes entities as unlicensed if they have yet to register their robotics and AI futures with the Robotics Society of Kenya. Short news, they're getting backlash on this, but hey, it's robotics. But they're getting backlash over this. So, but again, the same case as AI, robotics, proved providence with blockchain technology. So let's move over to Australia. All right. And Australia, block earner case brings nuanced implications for DeFi in Australia. An Australian federal court has found a nuanced distinction over crypto yield products, ruling that while products that promise to manage yield require a financial services license, pass-through DeFi products may not. In an order, federal court judge Ian Jackson ruled that block earner will be subject to penalties over the offerings of his earner product in 2022, which offered yield for loans denominated in USD coin, Bitcoin, Ether, and Pax Gold, explaining that it needed to obtain Australian financial services licenses. However, Jackson refrained from lumping block earners' DeFi access product into the same boat, explaining it didn't operate under a managed investment scheme, and therefore no AFSL was required. The court's decision carries nuanced implications for block earner and the broader crypto industry in Australia. The decision provides guidance to the industry as the applicability of Australian financial service laws to crypto-related products and services. Interesting. So all these companies that had earn programs that were deemed they couldn't be offering yield, the DeFi might be a way to offer yield as a pass-through and not subject to other laws. And if that applies to the rest of the world, then we got really opportunity for DeFi to advance on a product level. So keep tuned, stay tuned to that. Keep apprised on what's going on in Australia. I'll bring it to you each and every Friday here on the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster. And that's our last article for this week. That's the last news bit. And let me know your thoughts on anything we talked about today. And if you have thought leadership or insights, you want to be interviewed by my Crypto Hipster podcast, happy to do it. So that's what we have for today. So I wish everybody to have a merry, merry, merry Valentine's Day, and have fun. And we will see you next week.